He told me he was single. He said it with the kind of confidence that makes you believe people without asking questions. And I believed him because why wouldn't I? He looked honest. He sounded sincere. He acted lonely. And when someone tells you they're alone in the world, you don't think they're hiding a whole marriage behind your back. You don't imagine another woman sleeping beside him while he whispers goodnight to you. You don't picture wedding vows sitting quietly in a drawer while he tells you he's never loved anyone like this before. I didn't know the truth until the morning my phone buzzed. And the first message wasn't from him, it was from his wife. "Hi. I think we need to talk." My whole body froze. My heart stopped. The room spun. And in that moment, I realized something terrifying. The man I was falling for already belonged to someone else, and she found me before I even knew she existed. I stared at the message for a long time before my brain could even process the words. His wife, his wife. The word burned through my chest like fire. My fingers trembled so hard that I almost dropped the phone. I wanted to believe it was a mistake, that maybe she meant someone else, that maybe this was some kind of scam or misunderstanding. But the truth sits quietly before it explodes, and I felt it settling inside me like a heavy stone. Something inside me whispered, "This is real." I didn't reply. I couldn't. The room felt small, like the walls were closing in on me. Memories of him rushed through my mind. Every message he sent me about being tired of being alone. Every time he said, "I'm glad I found you." Every late night goodnight beautiful that now felt like poison. I kept scrolling through our chats, watching my own words stab me in reverse. Every compliment he gave me felt like it wasn't meant for me. Every soft moment became a lie. Every promise became a weapon. Then my phone buzzed again. I'm not here to fight. I just need to know the truth. How long have you known him? My throat tightened. I typed slowly, each letter feeling like I was swallowing glass. I didn't know he was married. She replied almost instantly, "I believe you." Just those 3 words made something inside me break. Because I expected anger. I expected insults. I expected blame. But instead, I got understanding, pain, a softness I didn't think she would have after discovering something so cruel. She sent another message. He's been distant with me for weeks, smiling at his phone, locking it, leaving the room to answer messages. I thought he was stressed. I didn't know it was you. Guilt punched me in the stomach even though I wasn't the one who lied. But that's the cruel part about betrayal. Everyone bleeds, even the innocent. I didn't know what to say. My fingers hovered over the keyboard, frozen. Finally, I typed what felt like the only truth I had left. "I'm so sorry," she replied. "Don't be." He lied to both of us. I felt tears sliding down my face. Not because I missed him, but because I realized I never truly knew him at all. Then she asked a question that made my stomach twist. "What did he tell you about me?" My breath froze. He said he was single. Her typing stopped for a long moment. I imagined her sitting somewhere, holding her phone with shaking hands, feeling her world collapse quietly inside her chest. When the reply came, it felt like a knife. He told me he was single too. Before we got married. Oh God! My fingers curled into fists. Anger mixed with heartbreak, forming something sharp inside me. How long has he been doing this? I asked. Her response left me speechless. You're the 4th. I felt sick. My vision blurred as I tried to understand what kind of person could live like this. For women, for stories, for hearts, and only one marriage. I typed, "Why are you telling me this?" Her answer shattered me, "Because I'm done letting him make me feel crazy." I needed someone to confirm I'm not imagining things. She then asked, "Can we meet?" My breath caught. I didn't expect that. I didn't know if I was ready to look into the eyes of the woman whose husband had been telling me he loved me. I didn't know if I could face the truth outside of a phone screen. But then she sent another message. "I don't want to be alone right now." And something inside me softened, not for him, but for her. For the woman who loved him before anyone else did. For the woman who was hurting in a way I couldn't fully understand. "Okay," I typed. "Tell me where." She sent a cafe address. When I arrived, she was already there, sitting by the window with a soft, defeated expression. She looked tired in the way women look when they've cried more than they've slept. She stood as I approached. "You're her," she said softly. "I guess I am," I whispered. We sat. For a long time, neither of us spoke. She finally pulled out her phone and slid it toward me. "Look." My heart dropped. It was my chat with him open on her screen. Every word. Every emoji, every compliment, every little lie he fed me. She had seen it all. She had read everything. "Why?" I whispered. She swallowed hard. He was asleep. He smiled at his phone before he slept. I knew it wasn't because of me. Tears filled her eyes. He told me he was exhausted. "But he stayed awake texting you." My chest caved in. "It's not your fault," she said quickly. "You didn't know." Her kindness broke me more than the betrayal. She took a shaky breath. "Do you know what hurts the most?" I shook my head. He didn't cheat because he was unhappy. He cheated because he wanted to feel admired. He collects admiration the way some people collect hobbies. Her voice cracked. "And we were both his hobbies." I stared at the table, my heart pounding painfully. Rage simmered beneath my ribs, not just for me, but for her. For every woman before us. For every lie he told with a straight face. "I'm leaving him tonight," she said suddenly. I looked at her, shocked. "My bags are packed." "I've stayed long enough." A tear rolled down her cheek. "I thought I married a man." Turns out, I married a performance. My chest tightened. She whispered, "Block him, please." I already did. She exhaled, relieved. We stood to leave. She hugged me suddenly tight, warm, heartbreaking. "Thank you," she whispered, "for telling me the truth he never would." When I reached home, I got a message, not from him, from her. "Thank you for helping me walk away." I stared at the screen, my heart heavy. And freaked out because sometimes the woman he lies poison your enemy. She's your reflection. The night after meeting his wife, I lay awake staring at the ceiling, unable to shake the weight sitting on my chest. Her face replayed in my mind, the exhaustion in her eyes, the quiet tremble in her voice. The years of pain woven into every word she said. It was strange. I had lost something I never truly had, yet she had lost something she believed was hers. And somehow, both of us were grieving the same man for different reasons. My phone stayed silent for hours, and I felt relieved for the first time in days. But late into the night, around 2 a.m., it lit up with a familiar name, his. My heart tightened instantly. It was a single message. "Are you awake?" The audacity made my blood heat. I didn't reply. A minute later, Another message came. I miss talking to you. My chest twisted with a mix of anger and disgust. How could he type that while his wife was packing her bags? How could he pretend nothing had happened? How could he still play the same role as if no truth had exploded in the real world? A third message came. Did I do something wrong? I almost laughed out loud at the cruelty of it. Wrong, he was living two lives, breaking to women, standing on two lies, and pretending to be innocent. I turned my phone face down, refusing to engage. But my silence must have frustrated him, because his messages came faster, desperate. Talk to me, please. Did someone tell you something? Babe, that last word made me feel physically sick. My fingers shook as I typed back for the first time in hours. Your wife did. The typing bubbles appeared instantly, frantic and panicked. What? What did she say? Don't believe her. I stared at the screen in disbelief. Even now, he was lying. Even now, he was choosing denial over accountability. Even now, he was trying to save himself. Not his marriage, not the truth, not anyone. She showed me everything. I typed. Everything you tried to hide. The typing bubbles vanished. A heavy silence followed. Then his final attempt at manipulation arrived. I can explain. I blocked him. No more. Explanations. No more excuses. No. More lies wrapped in soft words. The next morning, I woke up feeling lighter, but not healed. Healing doesn't come overnight. It comes slowly, in pieces, in breaths that don't hurt as much as the day before. But I felt something shift inside me, a boundary forming where there once was only hope. Later that day, I received one final message from his wife. He knows I am leaving. He didn't even try to stop me. My chest tightened. I'm sorry, I replied. Don't be, she wrote. He finally showed me who he is without the mask. I hesitated, then asked, what will you do now? Her reply was simple, powerful, honest. I'll learn to love myself louder than he loved lies. I closed my eyes, letting those words settle inside me. She was hurting, but she wasn't broken. She was walking away, but she wasn't running. She wasn't choosing revenge, she was choosing herself. Days passed. The world felt strangely quiet. I didn't hear from him again, not because he respected my silence, but because he no longer had access to it. And in that quiet, I started to hear myself clearly again. My voice was coming back. My strength too. For a second, our eyes met. His expression changed instantly, shock, guilt, regret, all tangled together like a storm collapsing inside him. He took a small step forward, like he wanted to say something. I turned away. I didn't need closure. I didn't need answers. I didn't need apologies stitched from lies. As I walked away, I heard him whisper something faintly, carried by the wind, please. But I didn't turn back. Not this time. Not ever again. That night, I got a message from an unknown number. I know you saw him today. Don't let him pull you in again. It was his wife. I smiled softly. Don't worry, I wrote. I won't. Her reply arrived a moment later. Thank you. I'm finally starting over. You should too. Her strength inspired me more than anything he ever said. I realized then that the real story wasn't about him at all, that it was about two women who survived him, trying to understand why he chose lies when truth would have been easier. Some people aren't complicated, they're just careless with the hearts they touch. One evening, I sat by my window watching the sun disappear behind the buildings when my phone buzzed with a notification. For a moment, my chest tightened, fearing it might be him again. But when I checked, it was a message from her. I moved out today. I felt a strange wave of relief, not the kind you feel when a problem disappears, but the kind you feel when someone finally escapes something that was never meant to keep them whole. That's good, I replied. You deserve peace. She sent a picture. Not of him. Not of sadness. A simple one. Her bags in a new apartment, sunlight spilling across the floor. A mattress on the ground. Starting over is scary, she wrote. But staying with him was scarier. I smiled softly at the courage behind those words. That same night, as I lay in bed, I realized something important. The more distance I put between myself and his lies, the closer I got to finding myself again. But closure isn't a straight line. It curves, it circles, it surprises you. A few days later, I received an email from him. Not a message, not a call. An email, an act of desperation from a man who had lost all access to my life. The subject line read, "Please read. Against my better judgment." I opened it. Inside was a long paragraph that began with excuses disguised as apologies. "I never meant to hurt you," he wrote. I was confused. I didn't know how to fix my marriage. I didn't know how to let go of you. I rolled my eyes. Confusion wasn't an excuse, it was his shield. His wife had told me enough to know he wasn't confused. He was comfortable. He continued, "I know I lied. I know I ruined everything. But you meant something to me. I wasn't pretending about that. My heart didn't soften. It hardened. Because people who truly mean what they say don't hide it behind someone else's tears. They don't whisper love into different directions. They don't build comfort on foundations of betrayal. At the end of the email he wrote, "Can we talk one last time?" I clicked delete. I didn't need to hear one last lie. The next morning, she messaged again. He emailed me too. I closed my eyes, not surprised, just disappointed. What did he say? I asked. The same things he told you. The same things he told the woman before you. His words are recycled. His feelings are recycled. His guilt is recycled. She wasn't being bitter. She was being honest. He wants us both back, she wrote, not because he loves us, but because he hates being alone with himself. I nodded to myself. That was the truth. He didn't love any of us. He loved the version of himself he got to be through. US. Her final message that day hit me harder than anything he ever said. He's trying to keep every door open so he doesn't have to face the consequences behind any of them. I didn't reply for a moment. I just stared at the screen, feeling the truth settle deep in my chest like quiet clarity. Later that week, I went on a walk through the park. The cold air felt refreshing, like it was washing away the last pieces of him that were stuck to my memory. I sat on a bench and watched families pass by, couples laugh, kids run. Ordinary moments suddenly felt extraordinary because they were real, honest, and touched by manipulation. My phone buzzed. This time, it was a number I didn't recognize. For a moment, fear pricked my skin. But then a message popped up. "I'm filing for divorce on Friday." It was her. "Are you okay?" I typed, "Yes," she wrote. "I feel lighter than I have in years." I hesitated before typing. "I'm proud of you," she replied with a single heart. "Thank you for showing me a truth I didn't want to see." I put my phone away and looked at the sky, feeling a quiet relief wash over me that night. I made myself a simple promise. I would no longer let lies dress themselves as love in my life. But the universe has a strange way of testing promises, because the very next day, he showed up in front of my building, hands in his pockets, eyes tired, voice soft. "I just want to talk," he said. I felt my breath stutter. Not because I wanted him back, but because this was the man I once let into my heart. And I wanted to see him for exactly who he was. "No," I said calmly. He stepped closer. "Please, just listen. I don't need to," I said, steady this time. "Your wife told me enough." He lowered his gaze, guilt flickering across his face like a shadow struggling to find a place to hide. "She left me," he whispered. "You pushed her away." I replied. He swallowed. "I messed up. Mistakes are accidents," I said quietly. "What you did was a choice." He froze, as if no one had ever told him the truth so directly. "I didn't mean to fall for you," he said. I looked into his eyes, the same eyes that once made me believe in a future that never existed. "You didn't fall for me," I said softly. "You fell for the version of yourself I made you feel like." He flinched, and in that moment, I realized he didn't know how to love anyone, not even himself. "Can we fix this?" he asked, voice cracking. "There is no way to fix," I whispered. His face collapsed. "That's it. That's freedom," I said, stepping back. For both of us, he didn't follow me. He didn't argue. He just stood there, realizing he had finally lost control of the only story he couldn't manipulate anymore. As I walked away, I felt lighter than I had in months. Not because I won, but because I finally let go. My phone buzzed beside me. For a second, fear prickled under my skin, thinking it might be him again. But when I checked, it was her. "Did he come to you today?" I exhaled slowly. "Yes." Her reply came instantly. I knew he would. I typed, "Are you okay?" She sent a long pause before replying. "I'm learning to be." I leaned back on the bench, letting those words settle into me. She was healing. Slowly, painfully, bravely. Something inside me softened, knowing she wasn't alone in her strength. "Thank you," she wrote again, "for not letting him use you the way he used me." I swallowed hard. "You deserve someone who loves honestly." "We both do," she replied. For the first time, I smiled, not because I was happy, but because I finally understood something. Women don't fight each other. Lies make them fight, but truth makes them sisters. I put my phone away and watched people pass by, each one living a life I knew nothing about. It made me wonder how many people carried hidden heartbreak in plain sight. How many lived with betrayal tucked quietly behind their ribs? How many tried to love someone who wore honesty like a costume? Time passed slowly. The sun began to set, painting the sky with colors that looked too gentle for the chaos in my chest. I stood up and walked home, each step lighter than the last. When I reached my door, I hesitated, not because I was scared, but because I was different from the person who left earlier. Stronger, sharper, more aware. Inside my apartment, I found something unexpected. A letter slipped under my door. The handwriting was messy, rushed, desperate. I didn't open it immediately. I stared at it for a long moment, wondering what kind of apology a man like him could possibly write. But eventually, I sat on the floor and unfolded it. "I know I lost you both," the letter began. I know I deserve it. I let out a slow breath. I don't know how to fix what I've done. I don't know why I keep hurting the people who care about me. I'm broken in ways I can't explain, and I'm sorry you had to see that. My jaw tightened. I hope you find someone better. Someone real. Someone who doesn't run from the truth the way I do. A small, bitter laugh escaped my lips. At least he finally admitted it. I won't bother you again. The letter ended. I promise. I folded the letter carefully. Not because I wanted to keep it, but because closing it felt like closing the last chapter of a story I never asked to be in. The next morning, I woke up before the alarm, feeling strangely rested. I made myself breakfast, cleaned my apartment, opened the windows, and let sunlight flood the rooms where shadows once lived. And for the first time in months, I didn't check my phone hoping for a message. I didn't crave his attention. I didn't wait for closure because I had already given it to myself. In the weeks that followed, life slowly returned to its rhythm. Work felt lighter. Music sounded sweeter. Silence felt comforting instead of suffocating. I began meeting new people not romantically, just reconnecting with the world I had ignored while loving a man who didn't exist in the way he claimed. One afternoon, I saw her name pop up on my phone again. I signed the papers. She wrote, "I'm free." A warm smile spread across my face. "I'm happy for you." I replied. Her final message made my chest tighten in the best way. We survived him. I stood by my window, watching the world outside, and whispered to myself, "Yes, we did." And in that moment, I understood the truth. He didn't break me. He revealed me. He showed me the parts of myself that deserved love, honesty, loyalty, the parts I would never again give to someone who hadn't earned them. Sometimes heartbreak doesn't destroy you. Sometimes it clears the path for the life you were meant to have. And sometimes the woman he lied to becomes the woman you thank the universe for because she helped you see the truth long before the lie could swallow you whole.